Yo guys, what's up, it's Krypz, and today I have for you the Hellfire Hunter set. Now this set is based around the solar subclass for the Hunter, specifically the Blade Barrage subclass, and I think it turned out really well. Now if you do end up liking this set, then I'd recommend checking out my previous two fashion builds for the Hunter, the Arcstrider set and the Nightstalker set as well. But yeah, if you do end up liking this set, then please drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. And yeah, without further ado, it's time we get straight into the set. So as you can see, it has more of like a scavenger look compared to my previous two sets. I went with something like very torn, some broken apart pieces with a nice glow to match like the sort of Hellfire look. And I think I did a really good job here of incorporating the nice reds and blacks and also orange to help create that flamey look. But yeah, I will show you what the Sparrow, Ghost Shell and ship is at the end of the video after I show my set and some alternatives. But yeah, going over my main set here, the helmet is the Shadow's Mask. Now a lot of people may not have this. This is from the Crownosaurus raid, which is no longer in the game. This shade is extremely well for Aposematism to get a nice blackout look with a nice orange glow in the eyes to match with that solar glow. Now you could get Aposematism this season. It was sold in the Bright store, but we could definitely see it return in the future. You can definitely switch out for like Horizon's Blush or anything else that has like a dark look with like some red or orange glow. Anything can really work with this. But yeah, don't worry if you don't have Shadow's Mask, as like I said, I will show an alternative helmet later on. Then the arms here, the Shards of Galanor Exotic. Now here I'm using the blue steel ornament. If you don't know the difference, basically the blades can shader and it also has like some form of solar glow underneath. Now the reason why I use these exotics in this set is that I didn't want to make a set which you couldn't use in game. You may as well make a set with an exotic you'd actually use. Hence why I use Shards of Galanor here. If you run Blade Barrage, you pretty much always run Shards. They're so good with the Blade Barrage Super, and in this set they look absolutely amazing. I made sure to pick Valkyrie Zero because it creates a dark look on the metal here which matches with the chest plate, and also shaders the blades darker compared to the light glow, creating a really nice contrast. Now unfortunately Valkyrie Zero was from the Season of the Worthy seasonal quest, which is no longer obtainable. But Carbon Blood is great as well, as it pretty much shaders the same but gives it a lighter look, and this shader can sometimes be sold in the Bright store. But like I showed you with Blue Steel Ornament, you can pretty much use the normal look as well with either shader and it'll still work. So yeah, if you don't have the ornament, don't worry, it pretty much just means you won't get the solar glow. But if you are looking to purchase the ornament, then it is being sold right now in the Eververse archive for 600 silver. Then moving on to the chestplate here, we have the Scorned Baron Vest. Now this is great for any of you which are new, as this does only drop from legendary engrams. It has a really nice like plated look where it's like all clamped together with a nice spiky bit and then a nice strap design down the bottom. It's amazing overall and it's definitely good for a scavenger look. Now the shade I paired with it was Carbon Blood to get a nice black look on it, but also to match the red with the darker colours on the arms here, and also to somewhat match with the glow. Now you can most definitely use Amethyst Veil or even old gunmetal as well for a dark look. These can also work, but honestly I think having Carbon Blood with some red really helps with the set here. Then the boots, I have the Shadow Strides. Now these are one of the best boots I'd say to pair with this chest plate. That's the main thing you're going to have a problem with, is that some boots in this game don't transition well this chest plate because of the strap design here. But if you do have these boots and use Valkyrie Zero, creates a nice dark look with some red back here as well, which by the way is pretty much the exact same red on the arms here, so it matches very well together. Then the cloak, and probably the rarest piece of this set. Now this is the Solstice 2018 cloak. The reason why I use this one specifically, there's other cloaks you can get from the Solstice 2019 which had this same cloak design, but the issue with that one is that you could not shader it at all. So what I did was I got the 2018 and gave the appearance of the uncommon version, so it had this glow as well on it, and this also allowed me to shader it then, so I could change the actual cloak to different colours. So I just chose Abyssinian Gold as it pretty much was the best for this set. So yeah, they're pretty much all the pieces for my set. Feel free to let me know what you think of it in the comments below. So now I'm going to move into some alternative armors and shaders you can use on the set. So I'm going to start off with exotics. Now if you don't want to use Blade Barrage, then I also think the Bakris can work pretty well with this set. So as you can see, I switched up the arms for Steeplechase and then with Horizon's Blush. Both of these are from the Seasonal Hunt, unfortunately no longer obtainable. Now the issue you're going to have with this helmet is the fact that most red shaders for some reason will shade the eyes white, or as you could see here, blue. This is the same for like Carbon Blood, so I would recommend Horizon's Blush. You could get red, or you could try using something like the Rustberry for like an orange, and just having a nice black look as well. Now I did try to find other exotics you could pair with the set, but unfortunately there isn't really anything else that actually works. I tried Liar's Handshake, but the ornament looked too clean, and then the normal version didn't really shade it that well, and then the Yona Mascara spine here only really works with the Augmented Wish ornament, as the normal version does not shade the bone, as you can see right here. So now I'm going to go over some great legendary alternatives. So start off with the helmet here. So the Scaring Corvus will look amazing on this set if you use the Abyssinian Gold shader. Has a really nice dark look, some red eyes. So I think this could really look good, although I've always found this to look better in like a scavenger sort of bounty hunter set. And this helmet is from the Festival of the Lost event, which is the Halloween event in the game. Now an amazing one I found was the Illicit Invader mask. Unfortunately this is no longer obtainable, but with the Carbon Blood shade I think it looks really awesome with this set. The red glow matching with the other pieces of also a nice base colour of black and red. Does have a bit of white, but I still think it looks really good here. Then we also have the Prodigal. The reason why I wanted to show this is because it has a nice dark look with most shaders, and also has orange glowing eyes which match with the blue steel ornament. Then the next one for more like piping, if you're trying to get some piping throughout the entire set, for example with Scatterhorn, then use Cinder Pinion, as I'll show you with the arms in a bit. This can actually pair very well with the Lightkin as well. And the final helmet recommendation I would give would be the Outlander's cover, which is a rare. This looks really awesome with a lot of different shaders. Definitely looks cool for like a scavenger. Now moving on to some alternative arms. I firstly wanted to show the Tangled Web to show you what I meant earlier with the Cinder Pinion. So as you could see with the piping here on the helmet, matching with the piping on the arm. So you can do a scavenger look something like this. But unfortunately these arms are no longer obtainable, as they were from old legendary drops. Now the Lightkin from the Override activity is a great alternative arms for any of you which are new. Again, the piping will match with the helmet, and then you have this third design here, so you could even pair with the Lightkin as you could see on the left here, or even the Iron Banner Cloak as well. Then we also have the Scaring Corvus again, another nice set for scavenger looks. Unfortunately though, it does have this unshadable yellow on the arm, so I would instead recommend the Interlaced as well if you do have it. It has more of like a broken apart look, so on the left arm here it's all exposed with a glow, and the right arm's just like cloth bandaged up. So yeah, these arms and chest with different shaders, you could definitely pair them both together quite nicely, so it's something I definitely recommend getting. So moving on to the chest plate with the Scorned Baron Vest. Great thing is that this is easily obtainable through legendary engrams. So there isn't really going to be many alternatives for this, but an alternative I love personally would be the Scorched Hunter Vest from the Red War campaign. And then what you can do is pair this with the Cinder Pinion and also the Interlaced Strides, and then use the Scorched Hunter Cloak to create this whole scavenger look here. Again, you could use the Scatterhorn on the chest plate too, and maybe even the Lightkin. Like I mentioned, for scavenger looks, these are pretty much the best things you're going to find. If you didn't want so much piping, then I'd say Icarus Drifter from Legendary Engrams, although you will have to be careful of the unshadable yellow. Then as for boots, again I'd say Interlaced, really awesome piece like I just shown. There's also the Lightkin from the Override. You could also try and use the Wild Hunt Strides from Wrathborn Hunts, but if you do have the ornament, then I would recommend Steeplechase over these. Has a nice spiky look to it. And then finally moving on to the cloak, like I just shown, the Scorched Hunter Cloak can also work with this set. There's also the Interlace like I shown with the other pieces. Has a really nice glow here on the back. But yeah, some other great alternatives would be the Prodigal with a nice torn look, unfortunately from older legendary drops, so it's no longer obtainable. So if you wanted something that you could get right now, then I'd say the Holdfast from Legendary Engrams is really nice. You also have the Cinder Pinion, like the helmet is from Weeklies in the Crucible. And then finally we had the Lightkin for that fur look like I mentioned earlier. But even if you didn't want any hood at all, then you could also go with the Wild Hunt. which is from Wrathborn Hunts. With this helmet it doesn't actually look that bad, although with some helmets it does look terrible without any hood, so you will just have to be quite careful with this one. But yeah, they're pretty much all the alternative shaders and armor I wanted to show you all. I'm now going to go over the other pieces in this set. So starting off with my holstered weapon, I chose Blasphemia. This uses the Shrouded Stripe shader. I pretty much wanted something that looked quite wrecked, would suit his scavenger look, and I found this to look really nice. The shader was basically just to create an all black. And then I want to show the heavy here as well. I chose the 1000 Voices with the One Terrible Scream. Again, just looks like it was stitched together with some nice like wiring going throughout. I think it's a really awesome ornament. If you don't know, this is the default appearance for it, so it's definitely quite unique compared to the original. Then your Ghost Shell, I chose the Solar Shell. Now if any of you are thinking of purchasing this, it is 400 silver in the archive. I wouldn't say it's worth it at all. But if any of you are wondering what it looked like, then hopefully this helps you all out. Then for the vehicle, I chose Burnout. I couldn't really think of anything any better to choose for this set. And then the ship here is the Shadow Trespass. This is from the Warmind DLC. Now I pretty much chose Valkyrie Zero to get a nice black and orange to match with the base colours of the set. But as you can see, it's all like broken apart on this end with some electric showing. But I pretty much just wanted something like extremely damaged to help give off that look that it is a fully scavenged set throughout. So yeah, that is pretty much my Hellfire Hunter set. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below, and if you did like it, then please drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on any future fashion content. Now the next upload will be a Titan fashion build. I will try and get out as soon as I can for you all, but in the meantime go ahead and join the Discord. This is a great place where you can get some fashion advice as well as just show off your own sets. But yeah, I just want to say thank you all so much again for the incredible support and all the likes, all the nice comments. I just really appreciate it all. It really helps me to push myself to get these uploads faster for you all. But yeah, thank you all again for watching the video. Stay safe, and I'll see you all next time.